Hi class, welcome to week 5. So this week we're talking about, we're going to continue talking about the biomimetic design process and focus on the first 2 steps of the challenge to biology design spiral, which is identify and translate. This week we're also going to start your portfolio project. So from week 5 on through the end of the course, we're going to work each week towards building up and building towards your a biomimetic design project. And so I want to spend the next couple of minutes just talking about that project before you dive into identify and translate. So the next thing you're going to do in lesson 5.1 is to read through the biomimetic design portfolio project assignment. So it's 2 pages, and it describes what the assignment is and how you're going to do it. And the main thing you're going to be turning in is what we're calling a final project design report. And again, the next few weeks, or the next several weeks, are designed so that every week you work on assignments that help fill in different components of the design report. So we've got your design brief, you'll be writing a design process, you'll be presenting your design, and then also writing proposals to do after you get done with this biomimetic design project. And just a couple things I wanted to go over with you, and you can read all this yourself. But the main thing is that, as we talked about earlier, biomimicry, as you learn about from like the Biomimicry Institute or 3.8, is very fantastic for inspiration and ideation. And in this course, I want to make sure you don't just stop there. So I am totally about you guys using radical creativity, using all your ideas, being wildly inspired, because that's what's needed for sustainable design, right? Yet I want the design you come up with for your portfolio project to be makeable, whether it's buildable and implementable. This depends on what it is that you end up designing, given the materials and technologies and processes that are available today. So again, I want you to be wildly creative, and yet I want whatever you do to be implementable. I think that'll be a really solid thing to add in your portfolio project. Also, some of you, but not all of you, are amazing artists. You're fantastic at creating gorgeous designs, gorgeous drawings, and I love that. It makes your projects really fun to look at in your assignments. However, I don't want you to spend so much time on making it gorgeous as I do. I want your report to reflect what you've learned in terms of both concepts and skills in this course. And it's easy to get really wrapped up in the artistry of it, and again, that's beautiful, but make sure whatever you do for aesthetics is actually working towards communicating your concepts and ideas and showing off what you know. Okay, so later, actually this week, you'll be working on a design brief, so I won't go into that here. But we'll just talk for a minute about the design process and the design presentation that I want you to do for your biomimetic design portfolio project. So for the design process, as we talked about earlier, we're going to be following the challenge to biology design spiral. So you come up with a design challenge, and you're going to look to biology for strategies that you can emulate. And what you're going to do for this process is you're going to take at least 5 laps around the challenge to biology spiral. Remembering that the first few are really quick and tiny, so the first few aren't going to generate a whole lot of information, but you kind of start to explore and learn. You start to go, okay, now I know what I want to do, what strategies I want to emulate. But you want to take at least 5 laps because you're going to be documenting these laps. So you're going to document at least 5. Identify at least 3 basic functions you want your design to perform, and we've talked about functions earlier, and we'll go through that more later this week. And then you're going to discover at least 3 strategies for each function. So now we'll have 9 strategies there. Of course, you only have to emulate 1 strategy for each function. You can do more, you can be multifunction and all that, but for your report, I want to see at least 1 strategy emulated per function. And you're going to evaluate your design against all of life's principles, as you now know how to do. But your design really only has to reflect 5 of them. This is not a perfect world, and it would be virtually impossible, given today's technologies, to hit all of life's principles, at least with product design. So just try and get at least a few of them. And in the end, you get a chance to do a design proposal. You can talk about there things, how you could make the design better if different, technologies were possible, okay? And the key is that you're going to document this process. So in your design process section of your report, you're going to document your laps, the function strategies, your evaluation, and how your design reflects at least 5 of those. And so in the presentation part of your design, so that's showing that you know how to use the tools, you understand the concepts. In your design presentation, this is where you get to show off what you did, you show off your overall design, somehow you represent what functions are being, the design is performing, the strategies you use, and of course the inspiring organisms, which life's principles did you manage to emulate, and then show off how and why it is more innovative and sustainable than a conventionally designed thing. Okay, after you read about the Biomimetic Design Portfolio Project, you're going to do, I want you to review the Biology to Design and Challenge to Biology designs that have been posted by your fellow students, because that'll help you come up with ideas for your own design. You get seeing how all your creative colleagues are thinking about this. And then in your BCI session, you're going to be looking for functions again in your spot, and I want you to imagine at least 10 challenge to biology, biomimetic design ideas. They don't have to come from your place, but while you're sitting there and your mind's expansive and you're all relaxed, it's a great time to come up with a whole bunch of different ideas, different challenges that you'd perhaps like to take on. And at the end of lesson 5.1, you're going to be writing a conventional design brief for your portfolio projects. You're going to choose your portfolio project design that you'd like to do, and if you can't quite settle it on one, choose one just for this assignment. The sooner you choose, though, the more efficient you'll be using your time for the rest of the course. So I would encourage you to choose a design project as soon as possible, as in fact in lesson 5.1, if you can. And you're going to be writing a conventional design brief, assuming that you're being hired by a conventional company to come up with a conventional design, and you're going to later in lesson 5.3 rewrite that as a biomimetic design brief. Okay, that's it for this little video. Go ahead and read about the Biomimetic Design Project, and we'll slowly build towards that, and we'll have time later in the course to dive into it even deeper. Okay, that's it for now, and I will see you in the next video.